Yo, what's up, YouTube? It's Mr.BuyTheDip back here with another video. Let's talk about NVIDIA. Let's talk about how we are out 19 days, more than 2 weeks from earnings, and we see this move back up to 130. Okay, this stock is going to go to 160, 165 towards the end of this year. You know, plain and simple, it's a big data center / AI hub. Okay, this is the stock we're talking about that AMD fears, right? And I've been buying on every single little move. I want you guys to see this. I'm bought right here, bought right here, bought right here. So I'm buying every single chance I get, regardless if it's $2, $1, $11, $10, right? You want to buy on prices that look really good to you, okay? Now, around that one, if you guys look at this, around 116, you know, around this area, I didn't really buy that much. But when I see that, you know, this gap has been formed, which is called a fair value gap, or a gap that is too big, right? The stock is going to run up. And what I do from there, I buy it here, then I do my biggest purchase of $11 right here. And I've grown this investment from $15 starting in 2023, okay? I want you guys to see this. So back in 2023, I started with $15, and I have grown this, and I've sold, you know, I've took profit here and there, but I've grown this all the way to $245. I want to grow this to at least $310, $320. But you know, the main goal is always to make sure we're buying at the right levels. Okay, so I lowered my average cost per share from 137 to 135, and I'm gonna sell around 145 this time around, or I might just hold and I'm gonna long it all the way to, you know, to the end of this year. Now, first things first, we are currently 19 days out from NVIDIA's earnings. What do we know from AMD's earnings? Well, AMD they overall had great earnings, right? But they struggled with AI. That data center / AI sector is where AMD struggled, and we see that in their price. Okay, AMD is at 107, 106. This could go down to 103. What I'm gonna do at 103 is I'm gonna buy more, right? But I'm gonna sell sooner or later when I see a move up AMD. I'm getting in, and I just want to get out at this point, right? Because I see what NVIDIA is doing, right? Now, things to keep in mind. You want to make sure you're taking profit if you're a midterm investor. So start of January, 152 point, right? We seen 152.19, and we saw that move that was made at the start of this month. So when we saw that 152.19 around January, start of January, I want you guys to see something. So start of January, right? About right here is where the stock went all the way up to 152.19, and we didn't hit a 52-week all-time high, but the stock got pushed down all the way to about 117, 118, right? And I'm buying on every single dip. Okay, I'm buying as soon as stock is falling, I'm buying. It's falling, I'm buying, right? But this major crash was caused by DeepSeek, right? And if you guys see that, if you know your balance sheet and the financials of a company like NVIDIA, and they have an operating margin of 62.71%, they're working with a lot of cash. PE ratio is, you know, it's kind of being shifted now, okay? And you see a lot of people saying it's overvalued still, it needs another price correction. I believe if the stock even goes under 110, I'm going to go bigger. I'm going to go $200, $300, $400 then, right? But the only thing that's stopping me from buying this heavy is things like Walmart, things like Shell, another secure, safe investments, okay? NVIDIA could be a safe investment if you want to set it and forget it. But if you want to play around and take profit a little bit, which I consider, okay, it can get a little tricky. Now, I'm long on NVIDIA, so I'm going to take profit with AMD. So always have a second option open, okay? So I've seen AMD, you know, is not as reliable as NVIDIA in the AI sector, right? Back in the 1990s, you know, you had stuff like Yahoo, you had Microsoft, and you have these type of stocks, and they focus more on like, you know, online website browsing, that type of sector. But right now, 2025, 2024, 2023, AI is being evolved, and in the next 10 years, it might be something else. It might be cybersecurity. It might be web development apps, right? Web development softwares. So you gotta shift with the time. And NVIDIA, as of right now, is leading in this AI sector, and a lot of people saying quantum computing is up next. But as of right now, if you want to make money in the next 2 to 3 years, NVIDIA, AI is where you need to be. Okay, AMD, you can probably flip AMD 3 to 4 months, get in at 107, sell at 120, sell at 125, get some good money right there, right? But you don't want to go long on a company like AMD when people are so set on NVIDIA. Okay, so my price prediction by the end of 25 is 160, 165 high. You know, you want to really be careful when you say NVIDIA is going to go to 200 by the end of this year, because you see how people know to push the stock down. You know, I'm all for 200 still, but let's give 200 about mid of 2026. I can see the stock going to 175 somewhere around November, December, or somewhere around January, right? But I want to see the stock go up to 140 by earnings. If it can go to 140 by earnings, I'll change that price prediction to 175 to 180. Because this stock is very volatile. It's very volatile. Okay. Now, understanding for the stock is to go to 200 is a really big push. I just said that, so it could touch 160 easily. So by the start of 2026, if we go to 140 by February 26th, by the time they have earnings, this could be a massive rebound. Okay, I would still buy at 129. I will still buy at 128. But you guys need to realize that there is consequences and phases you could be stuck at if you buy a little too much. Diverse your portfolio, right? Have other options, because you don't want to get stuck. Okay, so next time around, I might sell NVIDIA and then go back in at a lower price. Be more patient with it, but take profit. It's very much needed to take profit. All right, thank you guys.